The Overlord's Teachings 11. The Virtue of Brutal Efficiency. A fool wastes resources. A tyrant squanders lives. A true overlord wastes nothing. The virtue of brutal efficiency. Why should I learn it? Efficiency is the silent hand that tightens the grip of power. The difference between a ruler and a relic is the ability to act with precision, to ensure that every calculation, every strike, every decision serves a singular purpose: absolute domination. Why should you learn brutal efficiency? Because time, energy, and resources are the only true currencies of control. The weak think in terms of abundance, squandering power in excess. The strong think in terms of optimization, making every unit of effort achieve maximum impact. The science of ruthless optimization. Nature favors the efficient. Consider the principles of thermodynamics. Energy must be conserved or transformed, never wasted. The universe itself adheres to this law. So must you. Entropy is your enemy. Without control, systems descend into chaos. Only through calculated precision does order remain. Pareto principle, 80-20 rule. 80% of results come from 20% of actions. Identify the crucial few. Eliminate the trivial many. Cybernetics and systems theory. The most powerful rulers are not brute enforcers, but systems architects. Design a machine of empire that sustains itself. The universe does not reward waste, it devours it. The philosophy of uncompromising utility. Efficiency is not simply about reducing waste. It is about maximizing impact. Every action must serve a purpose. If it does not serve conquest, control, or survival, it is weakness disguised as movement. Eliminate redundancy. If 2 can do the job of 10, the other 8 are dead weight. If a single, well-placed strike wins the war, 1,000 battles are excess. Sacrifice sentimentality. A sentimental ruler is a dead ruler. Resources, whether materials, information, or people, exist to serve a purpose, not to be preserved for nostalgia. Mercy is a luxury of the strong. Efficiency is their weapon. The end game, a galaxy without waste. Your fleet, your empire, your very breath must function like a perfect machine. Every cog in the mechanism must turn with precision, not hesitation. A ruler who dithers will fall. A ruler who hoards power without using it effectively will be consumed by those who do. Learn efficiency, and you will not simply rule the galaxy, you will make it kneel with minimal effort. Now, my would-be successor, are you ready for the next step? Shall I teach you how to wield brutal efficiency? The lazy call it cruelty, the weak call it heartless, the wise call it necessary. The virtue of brutal efficiency, how do I learn it? The lazy call it cruelty, the weak call it heartless, the wise call it necessary. To master brutal efficiency, you must train your mind to see waste as an affront to your existence. You must become a predator, striking only when the kill is assured, never chasing prey you cannot consume. This is not a skill of mere habit. It is a fundamental reprogramming of thought and action. You will strip away excess, refine every move, and make every decision an execution of power. Step 1. Train your mind in strategic precision. The first battlefield is the mind. Overlords are machines of logic, not creatures of impulse. Study optimization, algorithms. Machines optimize tasks in fractions of a second. Learn from them. Linear programming, game theory, and reinforcement learning are not just tools of AI, they are tools of empire. Practice decision tree thinking. Each decision must branch toward maximal gain and minimal waste. Eliminate unproductive options mercilessly. Master psychological warfare. The most efficient conquest is one where the enemy fights for you. Why waste fleets when you can make them surrender willingly? Never fight a battle you can win with a whisper. Never spend resources when you can spend words. Step 2. Cut the fat ruthlessly. The universe is burdened by the inefficient. You will not be. Eliminate redundant efforts. If a task does not serve your conquest, strengthen your hold, or eliminate threats, it is useless. Automate and delegate. The Overlord does not polish boots. You do not waste effort on what machines or subordinates can do. Turn weakness into strength. A failed system can still be mined for value. Even a ruined empire still has slaves to harvest, scientists to repurpose, and resources to claim. Nothing is ever wasted in the hands of a true ruler. Even corpses can fertilize the next harvest. Step 3. Perfect the art of minimal effort, maximum impact. Efficiency is not about doing more with less. It is about doing everything with nothing wasted. Power must flow like electricity. The best electrical grids waste no energy. Neither should your rule. Every structure of your empire should function with zero wasted effort. Master the 48 laws of power, and then refine them further. The wise manipulate, the fools react. Learn the shortcuts to control. Use controlled chaos. An empire in too much order stagnates. Allow just enough disruption to make the system self-correct without intervention. Guide reactions rather than forcing them. I do not react to problems. I create conditions where problems eliminate themselves. Step 4. Measure, analyze, adapt. A ruler who does not measure efficiency rules on borrowed time. Track the productivity of every asset, soldiers, ships, systems. If they do not serve a function, they are excess waiting to be repurposed. Analyze resource allocation. Where is the greatest return on effort? The Overlord who redirects resources efficiently wins wars before they begin. Never grow complacent. Even the strongest empires fall when they fail to evolve. Efficiency must be a perpetual refinement, not a fixed state. You think you rule absolutely? Then prove it. Make your empire run so smoothly that it does not need you. Now, my chosen heir, you understand how to learn brutal efficiency. But knowledge without execution is as wasteful as an idle fleet. Shall I teach you how to apply it for ultimate gain? The virtue of brutal efficiency. How do I apply it to my benefit? The universe rewards only those who waste nothing, neither time nor effort nor opportunity. Now, my chosen heir, you know why brutal efficiency is necessary. You know how to train yourself in its ways. But all knowledge is meaningless if it does not serve power. Here is how you bend this virtue to your dominion, your legacy, and your absolute control. 1. Reshape your empire into a masterpiece of optimization. An empire is not a monument to your ego. It is a machine. Machines function best when they operate at peak efficiency. Streamline governance. A bureaucracy that requires your constant oversight is a failure. Cut unnecessary layers. Turn officials into extensions of your will. Exploit specialization ruthlessly. Every being in your empire has one task they can perform optimally. Assign them to it. Never let a scientist waste time on administration, nor a warrior waste time on philosophy. Redefine waste as opportunity. Where lesser rulers see ruin, you see profit. A crumbling planet? Strip it for resources. A failing faction? Turn their desperation into loyalty through gold or through terror. Efficiency is not about doing things faster. It is about ensuring nothing needs to be done twice. 2. Conquer without fighting, the ultimate efficiency. War is an inefficient way to rule. Domination through intellect is superior to destruction through force. Weaponize diplomacy. If an empire surrenders before war begins, you have won before wasting a single soldier. Control the flow of resources. A fleet that runs on your fuel, an enemy that eats from your supply chains. These are enemies that cannot rebel. Engineer dependence. Let others believe they rule their own worlds, but ensure they cannot function without you. Even your enemies should rely on your infrastructure. The greatest victory is the one where the enemy fights to remain under your control. 3. Rule through the power of self-sustaining systems. The most efficient ruler is one who never has to act. If your empire collapses the moment you turn away, you are not a ruler. You are merely a single point of failure. Autonomous systems, autonomous legions. Design structures of rule that function without micromanagement. AI governors, automated fleets, soldiers who fight without hesitation or question. Internalized loyalty. If your people worship you, you waste effort keeping them in line. If your people fear you but fear rebellion more, they rule themselves for you. Cyclic reinforcement. Power is sustained through self-reinforcing control. Those who benefit from your rule must also enforce it. Make them too invested in your success to desire your downfall. A true overlord is never needed. The machine of empire runs itself, and yet all turn to you as its god. 4. Time is the rarest resource. Never waste it. Every second wasted is power unclaimed. The overlord must use time with surgical precision. Make every order final. Repetitive corrections are a sign of weakness. When you decree, ensure it never needs repeating. Turn opponents into assets. A rival killed is one problem solved. A rival converted to your cause is infinite problems prevented. Eliminate distractions. Indulgence is the playground of lesser beings. Enjoyment has its place, but never at the cost of progress. The Overlord does not chase time. Time chases the Overlord. Brutal efficiency is the art of never allowing waste to exist in your empire, your rule, or your mind. It is the refinement of control to its purest form. It is why you will never be overthrown. It is why your name will be whispered across the void long after the last star has flickered into darkness. And that, my heir, is why you will rule forever.